Hey everyone, it's Ryan here. It's been about a week or so since I've done a video like this. But on Friday, it is the start of the 2021-2022 Premier League season. So before it gets underway, I have now made a predictions table, and I've made bonus predictions this year that I forgot to do last year. I'll also try to get the weekly reviews out as soon as the weekend's over, like for the football. It all just depends on the footballing schedule of my work schedule and stuff like that. So basically, I've got the 20 places predicted. I've gone for a golden boot, a golden glove, player of the season, a young player of the season, a breakout season, and unsung heroes. So basically, players that do well, but because they're probably like not part of a bigger team, then they don't get the sort of appreciation or anything that they normally would. So first place. I've gone for Liverpool for this one. I feel now that they've got Gomez and Van Dijk back, they can get back on track. Like even with all the defensive mishaps they had throughout the entire season, they still managed to finish third. And I feel like once they've got their full squad back, I feel like they will come back to win it. We saw how they were. Oh, especially also with fans being back, we saw pretty much the difference in. For like, especially for a team like Liverpool, the difference between having fans there and not having fans there. So I don't think it'll be like as dominant as their title-winning season, but I think they will win. Second, I've gone for Manchester United. They came second last season, and I feel that if they keep it up, they've got Varane at centre back. They've now got Jadon Sancho on the wing. Like I said, I think Liverpool will have a strong season. Like Man U could win, but I think they'll get second at best. Like they got a very comfortable second last season, so I don't think this one will be as comfortable. I think they'll just edge second with this one. Third place, I've gone for Manchester City. I know it's weird having Manchester City outside the top two, but I feel like it's going to be one of those seasons where it happens. Yeah, I think just with how much Liverpool and Manchester United are going to be gunning for that top spot, I think Manchester City have a bad record at defending their title. So I think surprisingly they'll drop to third. I know they're signing Grealish for £100 million. They could possibly be getting Kane as well. I don't know, but that's the only thing that's putting them third at the moment is that their main striker is Gabriel Jesus, and I don't think that will work. I know that sort of was a bit of the thing last season, but they had like Gundogan, De Bruyne, Foden, all that stuff. But yeah, like I said, I feel like Liverpool, Manchester United this season are going to have that more motivation to get the title. Man City will probably settle for an FA Cup or something. Like they'll win something. I don't know what though. Fourth place, I've actually put Leicester for this one. I think I did last time and they came fifth. 2 seasons in a row they come in fifth place. I feel with the FA Cup win and them winning the Community Shield the other day, that might hopefully be the motivation to get them into the top 4. I feel like if it's fifth again, that's just going to be the running joke that Leicester is. It's just fifth place Leicester. The thing that's not like it bugs me, but it's one of those things where it's like this team, like their value is like 540 million, but the buying price of the players is nowhere near that. Like I think their most expensive was Tielemans, who was like 43 million or something. But yeah, like top 4 for Leicester should always, like even like top 6 should always be seen as a win for Leicester. Like they're not the levels of, you know, your big 6 essentially. They don't have these multi-100 million pound budget to spend on players, and I feel like with the players they've got, they're doing very well for themselves. But like I said, I feel like with the FA Cup win, Community Shield win, that will motivate them to get that top 4. Like with both seasons, it did come down to the last game for them to miss out, and I feel like they'll make up for it this season. That being said, I've got Chelsea to come 5th. I know that they're potentially signing Lukaku right now for something like 97 million, I think it is. You know, Timo Werner wasn't a good signing for them, unfortunately. I think people were very excited when they got him for about 60 million. It just hasn't worked out, and I think Lukaku could be their solution. I guess we'll see. But I've got them to finish 5th. I feel like because they're the Champions League last season, they might do all right in cup competition. I don't think I see them winning anything. Maybe I just feel like defensively they've got what Thiago Silva, like Rudiger could be on the way out, so I don't know who their other centre back is, Christensen, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel like with their goal, like the goalkeeper is probably like the weak spot. Like Mendy was good for a bit, and then he sort of slipped down. Kepa's not a good goalkeeper. Like that was another massive signing that didn't work out well. Havertz, I feel that he had a slow start, but he's definitely built himself up. Yeah, like I said, I've got Chelsea to go fifth. This one would be the big shock, I guess. I've gone Aston Villa for sixth. I know it's a big thing to go for. I know West Ham got, I believe, top six last time. But I just feel like this season, I know they sold Grealish and stuff, but I feel like they've got Danny Ings up front. They've got Martinez in goal, who's a great goalkeeper. I feel like maybe they could surprise some people. Like, I don't think anyone at the beginning of last season thought West Ham would get the Europa League spot. So I feel like this might be Aston Villa's time to get up there. I could be very wrong, but we'll see. Seventh, I've got Arsenal. I think they finished 8th last season, so it's not really good for Arsenal. This would just be like one more place up. I feel Ben White, it's a questionable signing, 50 million for him from Brighton, but I know it's the whole Van Dijk thing where it's like he was playing for Southampton pretty much on the verge of relegation. They spent 75 million on him, everyone questioned it, and look what happened to him. Ben White could have a good season for them. I guess also it depends on how well some of their other players do. They've still got Aubameyang, Lacazette, Saka's obviously having a really promising could have a promising season. He was doing well last season. Smith Rowe could get some more time. Tierney's a great young player. Like Arsenal's thing is they've got a lot of young players that they can rely on. 8th place, I put Tottenham. This one for me, it all depends on the Kane situation. He didn't show up for training for the pre-season. He wasn't even in the match for the Tottenham Arsenal, I don't think. I feel like it might even be further down if Kane doesn't stick with them. Like, again, this all relies on Kane staying with them or not. But I've got 8th for them. I feel like everywhere else it's not as good. I think once Kane goes, it's a bit of a struggle from there. 9th, I've got Everton. They had a very promising start to last season. I feel like they'll definitely finish top half. I can't remember. I think they finished 9th or 10th last season. Yeah, like I said, I've got Everton to go 9th. Richarlison and Calvert-Lewin could have another good season for them. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens with them. 10th, I've got Wolves. I think they finished about 13th or 14th last season. The good news for them is Raul Jimenez is back. So I feel like that was one of their key components they were missing for a majority of last season, which is why they fell down quite a bit. They don't have their manager anymore. He's now the manager of Tottenham. So who knows? It could be a good or bad thing. We'll see what happens. I'm very excited to see how Jimenez does this season. 11th, I've got Leeds. They had a very good season. They might have finished 10th last season or 9th, around that area. I feel like they could have another good solid season. I feel like Leeds are going to be one of those solid mid-table teams. They will be there for consecutive years. Sort of like what Crystal Palace were doing, essentially. I feel like it's going to be a good few years before Leeds go back down. 12th, I've got West Ham. Obviously, a great showing last season. I feel like it will slip off quite a bit this season. And then also they've got Europa League, so that might kick into their Premier League standing. But I feel like they're not going to be near the relegation zone because they've done very well for themselves. I feel like they'll continue to do that. 13th, I've got Southampton. It'll be interesting to see. They've just got Armstrong from Blackburn, I believe. They've also got Che Adams up front. It'll be interesting to see who takes Bertrand's place at left back. I think it's Walker Peters, if I remember correctly. I might be wrong on that, so apologies if I'm wrong. But I feel like Southampton could get a good 13th. 14th, one of the newcomers. This team I'm very excited to see. Brentford, I put 14th. I feel like it's not going to be like to the levels of Leeds, Wolves and Burnley when they came up, but I feel like they will have a very secure position in the Premier League. I think Ivan Toney's going to have a good season, hopefully. Not be one of those players where they do well in the Championship, they come into the Premier League, it just doesn't work out. Yeah, they've got the first match against Arsenal on Friday, so I'm very excited to watch that match. 15th, I've got Newcastle. Now, for me, between 15th and 17th, this all depends on if they are able to sign Joe Willock from Arsenal. Apparently, the transfer value they're going for is £25 million. I feel like if they get Joe Willock, then he could be great for them. I think it was a stat that he scored 7 goals in 7 games, and he's one of, I think, 8 Premier League players to do that. And I feel like maybe he could carry on that momentum with them next season. I would like to see how well he does. And that way, like, if Arsenal keep him, then it's like, then he's got to play some more minutes, because it would be pointless to either not sell him to someone where he's actually going to play for them, or just keep him on the bench and not do anything with him. It's a very weird Arsenal thing that's going on. Like, the current thing they've got is apparently they're going to try and spend £30 million on Aaron Ramsdale. I'm not being funny. Ramsdale's been relegated 2 seasons in a row. I wouldn't personally want Ramsdale in my squad. Like, I'm not saying he's a bad keeper, but he's just been with bad teams. I'm not saying Arsenal's going to get relegated either. But the whole point was they were looking to spend £70 million on Maddison for a midfielder. And then when that's not worked, their result is now to spend £30 million on a backup goalkeeper, which seems pointless. And also, they sold Martinez, who is a great goalkeeper, for £20 million. So they're not really doing well in the business sense, are they? But anyway, like I said, Newcastle, I've got 15th. Next, I've got Burnley in 16th. With this one, Burnley are very much like they're close to relegation type thing, where it's like they will stay up, but they won't put much of a fight towards anything. They'll just make sure they stay up. 17th, I've got Crystal Palace. I feel like this could be like very close to them. It's going to be Vieira's first season in charge, so whether he does well or not, I don't know, but I just feel like Crystal Palace might start dipping down a bit. Maybe Zaha won't have a good season. He'll probably in January try and say like, "Oh, I'm wanted by bigger clubs again," which never happens. But yeah, we'll see what happens with Crystal Palace. Like I said, it's Vieira in charge. We don't know if he's a good manager or not, and we'll see what happens. 18th, I put Brighton. I feel like with Brighton selling a couple of their players, that could maybe not benefit them. I don't know if they've signed anyone after selling Ben White, but we'll see what happens with them. I personally think that they will, like, maybe last. I feel like it could be a last game of the season relegation for them. 19th, I've got Watford, another one of the newcomers. I just feel like they don't have some of their players from before. I know they were unlucky in their relegation, but I just feel like they won't do as well in the Premier League. Like, they're missing a few of their key players from their Premier League seasons. I just feel like they're going back down. Speaking of going back down, last place, I put Norwich. I feel like they might be relegated with 3 games to go. If Cantwell leaves, that could be a bad thing for them. I know Buendia's gone to West Ham, I believe, and that's one of their key players gone. But I think unfortunately Norwich will sit bottom of the table. They could go a bit higher, but I just don't feel like they're staying up. Now for my other awards, I've gone for Golden Boot. I've got a tie here. I've got Mo Salah. I've got Harry Kane. So Mo Salah, I feel like if Liverpool do win the league, Mo Salah's going to be responsible for a lot of their goals. I know Mane will score a lot too, but I feel like Salah will get a lot of them. Harry Kane, all depends on if he does come back to Tottenham, or if he goes to Manchester City. If he goes to Man City, then he could be a clear Golden Boot winner. Golden Glove, I've gone for Alisson. If Liverpool are going to win the league, might as well have a Golden Glove to go with it, because that's normally how it goes. Player of the season, again, I've gone Mo Salah. They normally tend to give it to a winner of the league. I know people were a bit annoyed that Ruben Diaz got it last season when Harry Kane had double goals and assists, like double-digit goals and assists last season. The only argument I could put for that was Ruben Diaz won the league with Man City. Harry Kane finished 7th. So, but then again, it's like after he got the award, he really had like bad matches after that. So I don't know. Like, maybe it is questionable. Young player of the season, I've gone for Kai Havertz for Chelsea. I was going to put this as like a breakout season for him, but he really started to show his potential towards the end of last season, so I feel like it would just be a continuation of that. He's only 22 as well, and I feel like Now that he's settled in, he's got Tuchel as a coach. He's going to do very well for himself. I feel like he could get a good handful of assists, play some really key moments for Chelsea. I think he definitely will get Young Player of the Season if he does get them into Champions League again. Like, I know that they are currently in the Champions League, but if he does help in getting them a top 4 position, then he will get Young Player of the Season. Breakout season, I put this with someone that they've been in the Premier League before. They've played obviously a few games, but this is going to be their season where they really excel compared to where they were. I've gone for Joe Willock for this one. Like I was saying earlier, he had 7 goals in 7 games for Newcastle. If Newcastle sign him, Joe Willock's going to be the breakout player for me, I believe. I feel like he will definitely get 12 or 13 goals for them, maybe even more. He could even be in, like, even if Newcastle finish low down, I feel like Joe Willock could be in the Golden Boot title race. The Golden Boot race, I guess. I just think he's a really good striker. I think Arsenal just aren't giving him the playing time, unfortunately. I know they have Lacazette and Aubameyang, but I feel like Willock definitely proved himself to Newcastle. And if Newcastle do get him again, I feel like he could do really well for them. And then finally, I've gone unsung heroes. So basically, these are players that, I think I said at the beginning anyway, these are players that I feel wouldn't get the recognition they would with how well they would do for the teams they are based on where the players finish. So I've got Danny Ings. He did really great for Southampton last season. I feel like he can carry that on for Aston Villa. Patson Daka, a new signing for Leicester. I really hope for him that, like, he's done really well, I believe, in RB Salzburg, like Red Bull Salzburg. I feel like if he can carry that over here, in pre-season matches I've been watching, he's really pacey. He had a really great match where he got a goal, assist, and he won a penalty for Leicester. He's a really fast player, really good striker, so I'll be very excited to see what he does. Raul Jimenez, coming back from an injury, I feel like, again, he's going to be the key component to get those goals for Wolves. They don't have Jota anymore, but I feel like Traore and Jimenez are a great duo together. And I think Jimenez will get at least 12 goals this season. And then finally, Emi Martinez for Aston Villa. He was having a really good season for Aston Villa. I was so baffled when Arsenal sold him for 20 million, and he's just proved what he's worth. I think he's even worth 50 million right now. I think he had about 13 clean sheets for Aston Villa last season. At one point, he was leading the Golden Glove. I think he's going to have a really good season again, and I think he'll just go under the radar because it's going to be for, he's like, nothing against Aston Villa, but it's not the levels of Liverpool, Man City, where the only goalkeepers that the Premier League tend to care about are Alisson, Ederson, sometimes Schmeichel, sometimes Lloris. Chelsea, they don't pay too much attention. Normally it's the Alisson and Ederson. That's normally the only ones they care about. But I feel like Martinez could, be an unsung hero. So that's going to be my predictions there. So I'll go over them again. Liverpool first, Manchester United second, Man City third, Leicester fourth, Chelsea fifth, Aston Villa 6th, Arsenal 7th, Tottenham 8th, Everton 9th, Wolves 10th, Leeds 11th, West Ham 12th, Southampton 13th, Brentford 14th, Newcastle 15th, Burnley 16th, 17th Crystal Palace, Brighton are in 18th, 19th Watford, and 20th Norwich. Golden Boot, Mo Salah / Harry Kane. Golden Glove, Alisson. Player of the Season, Mo Salah. Young Player of the Season, Kai Havertz. Breakout Season, Joe Willock. Unsung Heroes, Danny Ings, Patson Daka, Raul Jimenez, and Emi Martinez. Thank you for watching this video. I very much look forward to the start of the Premier League season on Friday. I'll definitely try and get a review of the week, like the first game week fixtures once the weekend's over. I'll try and get it done as soon as possible, especially before the next week starts. But again, thank you for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Great. Bye.